With just under 3 months to go until we get our hands on Forza Motorsport, we've had a bit of information come through. And if you've been living under the rock, or you want to know exactly what's been confirmed for all the details in Forza Motorsport, well, you've come to the right place. I've got a lot of information to go through, so let's get this started. The release date is going to be October 10th. However, if you get a premium edition, that's going to be on the 5th of October, as you get early access 5 days. It's going to be available on Xbox Game Pass from day one. It's going to be $69.99. Pre-orders are going to be on Steam later on. The deluxe edition is going to be $79.99 with Car Pass, and the premium edition is going to be $89.99. That's in Great British pounds, and that comes with Race Day Car Pack, Car Pass, VIP membership, and the Welcome Pack. I would go through every single car that is confirmed, but I will just highlight the ones that have been confirmed over the last couple of months, otherwise we're going to be here all day. So the Cadillac V Series R, as featured in the Real Life Le Mans series this year, the Cadillac CT5V Blackwing, previously in Forza Horizon 5 but new to Forza Motorsport, the Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray, the Chevrolet Corvette C8R, the 2023 Lotus Emira, and the next car that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce because I know I'm going to get it wrong. In terms of recent announcements, again for tracks, I'm not going to go through them all, but most recently we got the announcement that the Le Mans track and the Eagles Rock Speedway, which is going to be a fictional track, are confirmed for Forza Motorsport. The upgrade system is going to be similar to Forza Horizon 5. It's got a basket upgrade system like in Forza 5, so you can buy multiple things at the same time instead of one at a time like in Forza Motorsport 7. We got some information about customizing. Bear in mind this was just customizing the Corvette E-Ray, which had 4 rear wings, some wide body kits, and some new wheels. The race engineer interaction has bin confirmed from telling you all the information you need to know, from track information, conditions, and it has off-track like upgrades and features. What we saw in the trailer was recorded just for the trailer, just to add to some energy, so don't expect it to be like that, but it will take you through the rest of the menus like building cars, etc. So basically it's going to be your coach for the entire game. There's going to be a new fuel system, and this is going to be more on weight, so the more that you drive, the less weight of the car, because there's going to be less fuel in your car. There's going to be a driver rating / safety rating for online. We haven't had any specific details about that, but we know it's a thing. In terms of the single player experience, it's going to have an RPG progression, a car PG. It's called the Builder's Cup, and that's going to change with new content, and they're going to be also be adding content over time. So it has a car building and progression system, and this single player split into different racing series. Each has a different story and its own intro. The first thing that you'll do in Builder's Cup is what's called open practice, and they've said that this is where you find limits to the car. For those interested in a user interface breakdown in open practice, what you see on screen is a car level. The gameplay that we saw had 3 laps suggested to complete open practice. It had required and bonus objectives, a track map, a UI of the tires and suspension, the gas and brake indicators, RPM, speed, and gears. Car mastery is going to be part of all this, and basically it will compare you corner to corner to your best time. As you do this, it will give the car XP, which will level up in real time. The next segment of the single player is Challenge the Grid. So basically you can customize and have the challenge that you want, and this will affect your payout. So there will be a minimum payout and then a payout of winnings if you place first or third in the race. You get to choose where you want to begin to start the race. It's a bet system, something very similar to like Need for Speed Unbound, but it also has a podium bonus. It also gives you a range of a projected finish based on where you've selected, so it's more of a risk versus reward balance. You can change the AI difficulty with this, the racing rules, and the damage settings. Now, from the gameplay that was shown, the AI skill shows level 4 to 8, but we can speculate and say it could go 1 to 10, lower or higher, but again, that's speculation and not actually confirmed from what we've seen. But the lower it is, the slower the AI is. The higher the number, the faster the AI will be. The gameplay showed the AI difficulty at number 4 difficulty, and that had a difficulty bonus of 20%. Now, under rule set, you had Club, which is plus 4%, Sport, which is plus 7.5%, and Expert, which is plus 12%. Now, under Club, this rule set means that cosmetic damage only, rewind is on, and there are going to be lenient penalties. Under Sport, that means it's simulated fuel and tires, rewind on, and moderate penalties. As for Expert, it's simulated damage, fuel and tires, rewind is off, and it has strict penalties. And the AI skill and rule sets are then added together to give you an overall percentage of how much credits you're going to be getting. There's going to be a field of drive avatars, including your friends with their cars and liveries, which is going to be constantly updated. So if you update a livery, it will update in their game if you tend to appear in a friend's game. They have rebuilt the suspension, weight, and aero modeling. It's never been more accurate for a Forza Motorsport title. After a race, you get a chance to build your car. You can level up and unlock rewards in terms of car parts. Post-race, you get driver XP, which reflects driver level, credits earned, and the car XP reflecting the car level and available car points. And one new feature is cars are built, not bought. So credits are exclusive to buying cars. Car points are only for car upgrades. Each time a car levels up, it earns upgrades, and car points are used to buy the parts to apply to that car. And you can uninstall a part and we'll get the points back to put elsewhere, almost like an RPG skill tree, reinforcing that car PG. So cars and upgrades are earned apart from things like car pass. If you have car pass, you'll get those for free automatically. They've said the point system saves you from designing from buying a new car or upgrading your current. Obviously, that's the justification for going to that sort of system. They've confirmed there are going to be other modes, but we don't know much about these. So there's going to be a new multiplayer mode, a rivals mode, time attack, and free play. During an interview with the creative director, he confirmed that progression is stored on the server with options for offline, but progression will be requiring an online connection. Car Mastery powers every mode in the game. There's going to be a max level for cars is 50, but parts aren't locked at level 50. You gain XP for all modes. You can bring a leveled up car from multiplayer into single player. It hasn't actually been confirmed if it's going to be vice versa, but we can only speculate on that detail. Car categories will unlock at certain levels, so the same level no matter car. For example, if exhaust is locked to a certain level, it will be like that for every single car. There will be a spider graph to determine how your car is developed as you improve it, as you upgrade it. There will be a performance indicator, so a lower PI is a lower horsepower or lower the lap time, basically. And within single player, depending on what series you're playing, it has a minimum and maximum performance indicator that it can go up to. Auto upgrade function is returning, but it is going to be optimized for a balanced build when you do automatically do it. So that's how it works for those that are interested. Each component will change the sound, but will make it unique. Penalties will be given out for bumps with other cars. They have mentioned that you get to start with lower ended cars and then build up to faster cars. We're not sure how detailed that's going to be. Every car has progression. It rewards you for the challenge rather than the assist, so it doesn't matter what assist you turn on or off. You have the same experience. It doesn't reduce things if you turn ABS off or not. And there are also options to dialing in or out the race engineer to your liking. The developers have also mentioned the Builders Cup is a tour. When you finish all the series in that tour, you unlock a special reward car, and it's the only way to get that car, and this will continue when new content is added. In a race, there are going to be a maximum of 24 cars on a track throughout all modes on Forza Motorsport, so that's multiplayer and single player. Future topics that they're going to be talking about in future Forza Monthly is the car and track reveals, free play, Forza race regulations, PC features and specs, featured multiplayer, will and accessory support. In the recent Forza Monthly, it was confirmed that drag and drift events aren't supported at launch. They want to focus purely on the circuit on asphalt type racing, and they will be added later on. With the AI, they've gone into extreme detail with this. So what they've done is they've removed the aggressive driving in order to get the new system of being smooth, and they've ripped out the old drivatar system completely. We will still have drivatars of our friends, as mentioned earlier, because those liveries will update, but the AI driving them isn't how it works now. They've used machine learning to get as fast as the fastest drivers in Forza Motorsport. So if we're talking about driving lines as an example, in Forza Motorsport 7, they used 3 driving lines. So if you followed the AI, they would only use up to 3 of these driving lines. Now they use 19 different driving lines if you were to compare the two. And it has been confirmed you can learn and develop from the AI. So if you're not as skilled, you could learn and develop by watching and taking the same lines as the AI. And as a comparison of before and after, they did a comparison video from the unbeatable AI in Forza Motorsport 7 to the machine learning AI. And the machine learning AI was 13 seconds faster on the maple track using the LMPH car. With that, they've said you can dial the difficulty with your skill level to sort the challenge that you want, reinforcing what I've mentioned earlier. They've also said about AI, they will make honest mistakes. There will be no scripting moments at certain points, but they will make honest mistakes based on that machine learning AI. So they'll either brake later, early, go wide, spin out, but they won't be scripted. As for tyres, we've all heard them saying it's going to be 48 times tyre fidelity, and they've kind of gone more into detail now. So they had this video comparison. Now this was a developer inside video. Now this wasn't meant for public consumption, which was quite useful to know. So in comparison, the old build in Forza Motorsport 7, what it tended to do when the tyre hit a curb is it would tend to spike up on a smooth curb. So it was quite snappy and violent and wouldn't always make contact to every single bit of the curb on the tyre. On the new tyre model, they are smoother. The tyres are going up and down how they're supposed to, and it's not violent and snappy. It's nice and smooth and gentle as you would expect in other sim racing titles. So now all curbs are all collision physics based, rather than before when the tyres didn't recognize some of those curves because there were no physics contact, but now there is. They also mentioned on tyre compounds. So they've said soft will last roughly 3 to 4 laps, mediums will last 7 to 8 laps, and hards are a lot longer. They didn't give specific lap names. I'm speculating again here. I'm estimating 10 to 15 laps they're going to last. They went through the types of tyres that you have. So you've got street, sport, and race. Now the race are with the 3 compounds that I've mentioned, the soft, medium, hard, and obviously wet. But there's also going to be drag tyres and vintage tyres as well. They also went into more detail about tyres with heat. So it's been changed. The fall off is a lot more smoother for grip in comparison. So when you had a bit more heat in Forza Motorsport 7, the grip really fell off really quickly. But now it's more of a smoother fall off, a bit more simulated. In Forza Motorsport 7, there was some throttle lift over steer, and they've said that this is now gone. It's now a bit more authentic. One of the last things that they showed during the latest Forza Monthly was the creative director driving on a wheel with the Logitech G920. Now, the very interesting thing that he mentioned was that most Forza Motorsport players use the G920, and therefore it seems that they've tuned Forza Motorsport a lot to that wheel. They've also mentioned they've tuned it to a lot of other wheels, but more particularly the G920. So if you have that wheel, it should feel really good. That's all the information we found out about wheels, because they've said that more wheel info will be coming at a later Forza Monthly. And final kind of thing isn't really a fact, but it's something that I observed. Tyre scrubbing against the curbs. It sounded really, really good. So it seems like a really big improvement. And that is everything we know about Forza Motorsport coming out in October this year. I do hope I have covered everything. If I've missed anything, let me know in the comments below. For any new Forza Motorsport content, I will be covering it, so make sure you're subscribed here on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.